Can someone please go on Reddit, go to the Wheel of Time subreddit, and let me know how bad their collective meltdown is over the changes from the books in the show. Like, on a scale from Luke figuring out he has a super cool guy for a dad, to Daenerys just losing it and burning down all of King's Landing. How bad are they freaking out? Episodes 1 through 4 of Wheel of Time are currently on Amazon Prime, which you can watch for free if you have Amazon Prime, which I definitely do because it's free 2-day shipping that also helps fund the endless torment of workers who have to pee in bottles, and also Jeff Bezos's conquest of the stars. I just love helping out sociopaths. If you're not a book reader, yeah, there are changes from the books in the show, and if you were big into Game of Thrones, you know that there were some A Song of Ice and Fire readers who were pretty PO'd about changes from the books to the show, and they sometimes got really aggressive about it, and this is coming from someone who bitched nonstop about how they screwed up the Sword Dawn in the show, so I know I'm guilty of it too. I'm not just pointing fingers at other people, but what I am saying is if you encounter a book purist for Wheel of Time, don't make eye contact. Don't engage them. Rotten. But yeah, most of the changes have not bothered me. Either I don't think anything of them, or I like them and I think it's doing a better job, but I know that's also blasphemy, so if you are a book purist, I'm totally lying. Okay? I know the easy comparison of this show is to Lord of the Rings, and if you are not familiar with it, actually Robert Jordan did base the early Wheel of Time story on Lord of the Rings. It was supposed to mimic it and then deviates from it heavily. So if you were watching the first 4 episodes and going, is this a Lord of the Rings ripoff? It kind of was meant to be in the beginning of the story. I know I personally was taken out a few times even knowing that though, so if you get this information or knew that and you still were like, ooh, I totally get it. I think the CGI special effects, really good. The Trollocs, fantastic. Also the eyeless ones, the fades, just nightmare fuel. Oh my gosh, I did not expect them to terrify me as much as they did. Seriously, nightmares. Do not like. But the CGI special effects, I think's great. I know the violence is probably something that bothers people in this show, but they had to add in more violence just because that sells. Violence, nudity, sex, all that stuff is how you draw in more viewers. And if you're opposed to that, it just means that you are more likely to get more seasons of your favorite show. So, you kind of have to put up with certain things to get things that you want, I am worried they won't be able to keep up the quality of fights, battle scenes, and all that. We just have to make sure that the showrunner for Wheel of Time doesn't get their head up their ass like, D&D with Game of Thrones. And make just a fucking spectacle that's soulless. I don't know about you, but I am happy that we have Rand, a redhead protagonist. It's finally our time to shine. I dislike Matt just as much as I thought I would. Perrin, I like him more than I thought I would, though I did like him quite a bit in the books, but his actor's just doing a great job. Egwene, yikes. I really hope we see more of her, and it's an improvement because I really don't like her so far. Nynaeve, I think, is phenomenal. I think they just totally nailed her character in a way that I did not think they were going to nail it, and that scene with her screaming no was just beautiful. I loved it so much. Though I know there's that whole trope about some character feeling extreme pain and then unleashing a bunch of power. I get it. It's been overdone, but I think how they did it here, beautiful. Moiraine is played by Rosamund Pike. I know the age thing bothered quite a few people. I'm fine with it. I think she's doing a great job of portraying the character, regardless of maybe not matching up as well as they could have done. I think her acting ability makes it okay, at least in my mind. If it doesn't for you and you're still like super pissed about it, let me know in the comment section down below. And I love, love, love how they showed her channeling the One Power. I am just shocked that they did such a great job, because they could have made it really cheesy and really stupid, but it looks so cool. Her body movements sometimes were a little bit but I think overall They're doing a great job with it. Ooh, and showing the corruption of the one power via the false dragon, I think also was really, really well done. And they could have really fucked it up. I kind of hate how hot Lan is. I mean, I know we're not supposed to objectify men and that they're more than eye candy. And yes, his actor, fantastic, nailing it as Moiraine's warder. I think just overall, really love him. Also, the "oh, you tried to kill me" line was so perfectly delivered. Also, he's super hot. The depiction of warders and their different relationships with the Aes Sedai, I think, was also very well done. It could have come across as tacky, and you will notice that there are different, like some Aes Sedai, depending on their color, they don't have any warders. Some have typically more than one. The relationship with them, how personal they get in a certain way, I guess I will say without going too much into it, can vary greatly, and I think they're killing it with the warders. And the fact that we got to spend more time with them, I think was really good. Friends of the Dark is going to be so much fun, and I cannot wait for the paranoia of, is this a friend of the Dark One? Is this a friend of the darkness? Oh no. Are they going to try to kill them? It's gonna have so much paranoia for people watching the show, and I'm living for it. And in their defense, I would serve the Dark One too. Well, I guess that really isn't in their defense, is it? Yeah, absolutely fantastic 4 first episodes. I am blown away that it's as good as it is, because there are some other sci-fi fantasy shows that Amazon has done that kind of really missed the mark, I would say, and I was not very impressed. Yeah, 9 out of 10 so far. I have obnoxiously watched certain scenes and moments over and over and over again, and definitely the majority of them have not been focused on Lan, because again, we don't objectify men. But let me know what you're thinking so far about the show, which characters are your favorite if you're a book reader, if you have certain characters that are really bothering you, their portrayal, or that you really like, changes you like, maybe changes you don't like, but don't get like super aggressive about it. Just do it as like a general conversation you're having with a friend, instead of you're trying to convince everyone that they're stupid for liking a change that you don't. I cannot wait for a new episode on Friday. Oh my god.